What's going on, good people? Get some people some time to come in here. Yeah, this is real. This ain't no game. I wouldn't play games. This ain't the Olympics. Definitely ain't with that. Definitely ain't with no game plan. Let me get these cameras straight real quick. Yeah, this ain't no game. Breaking news. I'm gonna show you how it ain't no game. Yeah, I'm ready. We in Nevada with it. Yeah, I'm ready. Alright, let's get this plan. See what they talking about.
Good afternoon. I'm Sheriff Kevin McMahill with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. With me today is the
Vegas,
Special Agent in charge of the Las Vegas FBI Field Office, Christopher Delzato, and the Clark County Fire Chief, Billy Samuels.
Hey.
You'll hear from all three of us. I want to provide a more detailed
This ain't no
update
joke,
and walk you
neither.
through how this investigation unfolded. Just a little over a week ago, LVMPD received limited information indicating that laboratory equipment and potentially hazardous materials were being stored at a residence in the northeast part of our town. As our investigation progressed, we determined that the home was owned by the same individual connected to a prior illegal biolab investigation in Reedley, California that occurred in 2023. The nature of that earlier investigation raised significant concern for what we might encounter in this new case. In Reedley, investigators reportedly discovered an illegal biolab containing materials possibly associated with a range of infectious diseases, including hepatitis, COVID, HIV, malaria, and other potentially dangerous pathogens. While it is unknown whether similar materials were present here at the Las Vegas residence, the possibility required us to proceed with extreme caution.
Let the games begin.
Because of these concerns, LVMPD's counterterrorism section and our armored task force, in partnership with the FBI, immediately initiated a joint investigation and began developing detailed operational plans to address this potential threat. Out of an abundance of caution, extensive preparations were made. Resources were mobilized from across Clark County, the city of Las Vegas, as well as our other state and federal partners, to include some from outside of our region, to ensure that this operation could be conducted safely. The main suspect in this case, who you're going to see a photograph on the screen next to me here in just a second, is the owner of the house on Sugar Springs Drive.
Wow.
He's already in federal custody on charges related to the investigation of the biolab in Reedley, California in 2023.
Solomon. Sounds like a made-up ass name.
So that's not the main suspect. This is the main suspect in the
I was about to say, his
California case. The primary suspect we arrested, however, is Mr. Ari Solomon. He's 55 years old, and his initial charge was a charge of disposing and discharging hazardous waste. Solomon is believed to be the property manager for both houses on Sugar Springs and Temple View. As previously briefed, the first phase of this operation began early Saturday morning. You're going to start to see a number of images from this as I talk. At approximately 5:51, our LVMPD SWAT team served a search warrant at the residence on Sugar Springs Drive. There were three individuals inside of that home. Each had independently rented a room from the property owner. They were safely removed from the residence, and at this time, they are not involved in this investigation.
So people were renting rooms in this house.
Based on the information we received, investigators believe that the locked garage was the primary location of the potential biological and hazardous materials. The search warrant was authored by LVMPD's counterterrorism section, and our multi-agency teams began preparing to deploy to the scene. To safely manage the risk, a layered use of technology, as you see here to my left, was employed throughout this operation.
You think they just doing this on their own for solo?
A real-time aerial and situational awareness as SWAT secured the residence. Drone feeds were monitored remotely, allowing commanders to assess conditions, adjust tactics, and limit officer exposure in real time. We also employed our robot dog. Before we entered the room, the tactical robot was deployed to clear the interior
and conduct
initial air sampling. The
University
robot can
Penn.
open doors, navigate stairs, and transmit video in real time, allowing officers to
Doors
assess the
ain't no
conditions
joke.
before entering a dangerous environment.
I actually got video on it.
Once this residence was cleared, LVMPD's
In there,
Armor team
one of these
entered the scene.
2,500 videos I
Armor, for those of
uploaded
you
on
that don't know,
YouTube.
is our all-hazard regional multi-agency operations and response unit. They do all of the gamut of
Content
the
by the
CBR&E.
Kilo Intervision Network.
Wearing protective
Beats by
equipment,
the
including
Kilo Music and
respirators,
Podcast
the team drilled a
Productions
small
at Beats by
access
the
point into
Kilo.
the interior door leading to the garage and inserted a probe to
The
assess
Hindsight
air quality. A
/
pinhole camera
What
was
Would
also
You
deployed,
Do
transmitting live video to the
podcast.
command post and to our Fusion Watch
Episode
Operations
1
Center
out
here at
now.
headquarters. Almost immediately,
This is not a
investigators
game.
observed multiple refrigerators, a freezer, and other laboratory-type equipment, along with numerous bottles and jugs containing unknown liquid substances. These items, importantly, were consistent in appearance to the items found and described in the Reedley, California lab investigation. After initial assessments were completed, the Armor team escorted FBI scientists and specialized evidence collection team into the garage. Investigators observed one refrigerator that was still opening and wrapped in the household plastic wrap, along with the freezer that was plugged in and running. You'll see some of that in that video. When the refrigerator and freezer were opened, our investigators identified a significant volume of material, including various vials and storage containers with liquids of different colors and compositions. Additional containers were located throughout the garage, along with laboratory equipment and other specialized items. The scene presented a high level of complexity with materials that had not been identified, that have not been
This is
yet
in Las
identified,
Vegas, people.
and
This could
still
be
require
anywhere.
careful assessment.
There were 3 people
Some items
renting
appeared
rooms in this
consistent with
house. The
biological and
garage
chemical
was locked
storage,
all the time.
which necessitated additional precautions.
Could
The
be
operation
anywhere.
required multiple, carefully controlled entries into potentially contaminated areas, and each entry involved strict safety protocols and extensive decontamination procedures for personnel. And we also have to decontaminate.
Make sure you hit that
all of the
like
equipment
button,
each
subscribe
time it comes
button,
out.
share.
And it goes back in. As a result, the operation was conducted in a slow, methodical manner. To maximize safety and visibility, large-scale evidence collection was prioritized during daylight hours on Sunday, while additional investigative work and coordination continued overnight. Evidence collection was completed at approximately 6:30 p.m. on Sunday. At the same time, the collected items were transported to a substation. A professional remediation team was contacted to conduct that work, which we completed at approximately 2:30 this morning. Following remediation, final site checks were conducted. I'm going to turn it over to our exceptional special agent in charge, Christopher Delzado, who's going to provide a status on the update of the investigation and outline our next steps. Christopher.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon.
This
Thank you
is
for joining
right
us.
around the
Again,
corner.
Chris Delzado, the special agent in charge of our
In
FBI
Vegas.
office here in Las Vegas.
Right around the corner.
As I stated in
Seasons
Saturday's press
Palace and all
conference,
that. Yeah.
the FBI plays a crucial role in supporting our state
From
and local
Elvis
law
marrying
enforcement
people.
partners
Yeah.
on a regular basis,
That's where that's at.
providing resources and innovative capabilities to assist
Still want to keep
in
these
our
borders open?
investigations. This weekend, our evidence response teams, our
I'm
scientific
just
response analysis unit, our
asking a
technical
question.
hazard
I
response
don't have
unit,
no opinion.
and our hazardous
Do you
evidence
still wanna
response
keep these
team
borders
play
open?
pivotal roles in this joint investigation. These highly trained and equipped teams
No more ice,
perform
right?
reconnaissance and
Let
site
'em all- let
characterization,
everybody.
decontamination, and
Would you let
evidence
everybody
in
in your house?
hazardous environments.
Let your house be the
As
hood
you can
party
see on the
house.
screen, and as
You ever
observed
see one
in
of
the
them
scrolling
and what it
footage,
turns into and how
our
it
FBI
ultimately ends?
scientists have been diligently
never good.
collaborating with agents and metro
It's never
detectives
that they
throughout
come
the
up with a
weekend and during the
genius
recovery and sampling
idea and
process.
invent something in there.
The initial search of
It's
the
usually a
garage
lot
of
of-
Sugar Springs residents identified a biosafety hood, a biosafety
Nothing.
sticker, centrifuge,
Shout out to
multiple
Nora.
refrigerators, red, brown, unknown liquids in gallon-sized containers, and refrigerated vials with unknown liquids. More than 1,000 samples were collected, stored safely, and secured safely at the Southern Nevada Health
So all they
District
gotta do is
Laboratory.
hit you with one load.
Early this morning, all samples were carefully loaded
You
into
walking
an
around with
FBI
the head, you
aircraft
don't even
for
know.
transportation
You
to the
got the
National
vid, you don't even know.
Bioforensic Analysis Center in Maryland. We recognize that the public is seeking clarity. What were they testing for? What possibilities are being considered?
I swear I'm a virgin.
However, as the
She
sheriff
really
mentioned,
was a
in
virgin. She
cases like
really wasn't
this,
messing with
our
nobody.
process relies on being slow and methodical. From the collection of evidence to the testing of the samples, the process the FBI laboratory personnel engage in requires systemized, measured steps that cannot be rushed. I would like to express my sincere gratitude
Sure, it's gonna
to
be a
everyone
lot more.
involved in the
I don't
operation
think they're
this
gonna say
weekend.
too much more
When I
here.
was informed
So,
of my
I'm
selection
going.
as a special agent in
Shibboleth.
charge here in Las Vegas, I recognized the positive reputation that the Las Vegas Metropolitan
I'm ready
Police
to go
Department
right now.
had, but quickly learned more
I am ready
about
to.
their state-of-the-art fusion
Stay ready.
center.
So
It
you don't
is
have to get
fitting
ready.
that they were honored as Fusion Center of the Year by the National Fusion Center Association, distinguishing it as a top-tier, industry-leading, and highly effective
Content by the
24/7
kilo.
intelligence hub.
You know.
I was profoundly impressed by the impact